Hi everyone, my name is Shufan, and today we'll take the lesson of Lab 7 to learn the list in Python. So if you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. And this is the outline of the Lab 7. We will use the 6 cases to learn some functions of the list in Python. For example, the function of lower, sort, remove, count, and we also will learn the concept of set. So let's start. In our first case, we will use a Chinese mooncake. And in this case, we'll learn how to find or how to check if a specific ingredient is present in the list. So let's start our programming. And we will use this online Python compiler to write the program. So first, let me copy this list. And we define the list as, let me see, we can define this, the moon cake ingredients. Okay, so here is a list. And then we will write a function to check if an ingredient is present. So let me write def. And the function name is check ingredient. And the import is ingredient. Okay. So if here we will use an if condition sentence to write this program. So if ingredient in moon cake, and we will print. We'll print ingredient is present in the Chinese moon cake. Okay, so if not, we will print ingredient, is not present in the Chinese moon cake. Okay, so then we can write an import. Here is use the import function, and we can import. Okay, enter an ingredient to check for Chinese moon cake. So, and then we can give the input. We can give the input to the function, just like this. Okay, use this function and give the input. So, okay, let me click here in the start run. So here, for example, we can use this sample import. We can import this one, sugar, right? Okay, SUG. Okay, here the program tells us that sugar is not present in Chinese mooncake. However, let me check this list. We can see that, oh, this is sugar. Actually, sugar exists in this list, but why this program didn't tell me that the sugar is in the list? So if we look carefully into this import sugar and this sugar, we can see that there's a difference between two words. This sugar, we use a capital letter S, and this sugar, all the letters are lower. So in this case, we can see that if you want to find out an item in the list, we should check that the specific item you find out should exactly equal to the item in the list. So if we use the lower letters S, let me try again. we use this one. So the output should be, yes, sugar is present in Chinese mooncake. So how to solve this problem? Yeah, directly we can find out that if we can transfer the capital S to lower s, then all problem can be solved. So here we will use the very important function in the list, that is lower. This function. This function means we will transfer all the letters in this word into lower letters. And then let me try this function again. Okay, we also give the sugar. Yeah, correct. The sugar is present in Chinese mooncake. So this is a function of lower, and it's very important, right? So this is the first case, and in first case, we will learn how to find out or how to check out if a specific ingredient is present in the list, and if we don't care about the capital letter or the lower letter, then we can use the lower to transfer all the capital letters into lower letters. So also we can try the chocolate, and you can try by yourself. So let's move on to the second question. Okay. In this question, we will write a function to display the total number of ingredients, and then we will return the list of ingredients in alphabetical order. So it's easy to understand what the total number means. For example, in this given list, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 7 items in this list. So the total number of this list should be 7. That's right. And the alphabetical order, that means we should resort this list in the alphabetical order. And the first one should be the apples, and the second one should be butter, and the third one should be this one. So that is the alphabetical order. So how to solve this problem? And in this case, we will learn very important function, that is the sort function. So let me start. Also, firstly, we copy this list into online tour. And okay, let me change this list into apple pie. This is the ingredient for the apple pie. Okay. And okay, clear this. And then we will write a function to return the total number and to resort the list. So diff function is total number and resort. So and we will give the list, ingredient list, the input ingredient list. Okay. So firstly, we will find out the total number. Is the total number we can use the function of length. This function will will return the total number of the list. As we told before, this is 7. So we give the ingredient list into this, and then we want to. Okay, so here is a typo. Okay, so then we will resort this list into the alphabetical order, so we can directly use the sort function. So here is a sorted ingredient list, and this is a sorted function, and we give the ingredient list. So this one is what we want, and we just need to print this out or return these two variables. And sorted. Okay. So after that, after defining this function, we can use this function that is similar to the program before. we will give the apple pie ingredient into the function, and after that we will return two variables. The first one is total, and the second one is sorted list. So use the function, okay, and gives import is apple pie ingredient. Let me print it out. The first is the total number of the list is what? Is a total, right? And the ingredient in alphabetical order is sorted list, right? So let me click here and see the result. Yeah, that is a 7, right? And the alphabetical order is apple, butter, this one, and this one. So that's correct. And it's very easy to understand, I believe. So this is a second case. In this case, we know how to display the total number of the list, and we also know how to resort the list in the alphabetical order. And the next is third case. In this case, we will write a function that removes a specific ingredient from the list and then returns the updated list. So here, for example, we given a list as this one, and we hope the flour or we hope the sugar to be removed from the list. So here we can use a function of remove to do this one. Okay, so similarly, let me copy this list to write the program. And this one is a Hong Kong egg. Okay, so let me change this one. Yeah. And let me define a function. It is a remove function. And we will give the specific ingredient which we want to be removed. And after that, we can start writing the function. So in this function, first one, we need to check what? Check if the ingredient is in this list. If it is not in the list, we do not remove. Is that right? So first one, we should to check. This check probably is very similar to the first case, right? So let me start if ingredient in Hong Kong egg, okay, if it's graded in the list, and then we need to remove it. We use a function of remove and give the ingredient we want to be removed. And then we can print it out. Or we can print what? We can print the removed list is Hong Kong. Okay. So if ingredient is not in the list, we just need to print it out and tell us, oh, the ingredient is not in the list. So we just print is not present in the list. So finished. And then we can use this function to be run. And also we can define an import that is an ingredient to be removed. And this is from your import. So just enter an ingredient to be removed from list. And then we can use the function of remove item and give the input. Okay, so let's start to run this program. Okay, we can use this case. For example, we import the sugar. Okay. Okay, so here is a removed list. We can see there is no sugar. And if we give another one, such as chocolate, how to spell it? Sorry. Yeah, that is chocolate. We can see what? Yeah, this program tells us that chocolate is not present in this list. So finished, right? It's so easy, I think. Also, you can find another method to write this program, since you can use the arrow caption in the Python. The arrow caption simply named is simply meaning is that if you directly use the remove function, and at that time, if the ingredient is not in the list, then the function will give you an arrow, and the arrow will remind you that the ingredient, the item is not in the list, so you should not to remove the item. And the Python arrow caption can catch this arrow, and then you can transfer to the another step to directly print this out to tell the user that the item is not in the list. But if there is no arrow caption, you can just go on to remove the ingredient and to print it out. So that is arrow caption. And if anyone of you is interested about this arrow caption, you can have a try. And if you have any questions, please contact me. Okay, so let's move on. In the fourth case, that is a Japanese. And in this case, we will write a program to count how many times a specific ingredient appears in the list. And also, if the ingredient is not found, just return a message to indicate that, oh, the ingredient is not present in the list. So I believe it's also very simple to write this program. So let me start. And firstly, let me copy this list. Copy this one, and this is a Japanese ingredient. Okay, and here we will define a function that is count. How many times a specific ingredient appears? So count times, and we will given a specific ingredient, and we will use the function of count. The function of count can help you to find out how many times the ingredient appears in the specific list. So we can define a count number, and it is from the count function. Okay, so if the count number is larger than 0, it means the gradient is present in this list, so we can just print out this count number. We can see the ingredient appears count number times in the list, right? And else, that means the count number is equal to 0, then we can print ingredient, is not present in the list. Okay, finished. So we can use this function, and we can define an import variable that is ingredient to count, and to count. Okay, and then we will put this import variable into the function that is count times, and give this import. Oh, sorry. Okay, so let me run this function. We can use this sample import, and we use a sugar. Okay, sugar. Yeah, the sugar appears 1 times in the list. And also you can try some other sample import, but be careful that we should be careful about this one. If we want to find the sugar with capital S, for example, let me have a try. If we import this one, okay, the program will tell us that the sugar is not present in the list. So this problem is quite similar to the problem exists in the first case. So here, how to solve this problem? Yes, we need to use the lower function. If we add the lower function, then the problem can be solved, I believe. Let me have a try again. Okay. Yeah, that's right. Sugar appears 1 times in the list. So it's very easy to understand the lower function by the time I think so. Okay, so let's start the next question. In this question, we will write a function to combine the ingredient of another list. That means, for example, firstly, we'll give you the first list, and then we'll give you the second list. And what I want you to do is to combine the 2 lists and finally return me a list with a unique item. For example, if we directly add the 2 lists and the sugar appears in the first list and the sugar also appears in the second list. So if you directly add them, we will get 2 sugars, the first sugar and the second sugar, but exactly the sugar is the same. So we only need 1 sugar. That is a unique mix. And so here we'll do 2 steps. The first step is combine, and the second step is to do the unique. So let me start the program. I believe it's also very simple. First, we need to copy this list since it will help me to write the program more quickly. The first, okay, this is the first list. And we just define the first list is this one. And the second list is about the dessert list. And we copy this one. And this one is named dessert ingredient. Okay, so then I'll write a function of combine and the unique. And this function will have 2 import. The first import list and the second list. And what we need to do is to add. How to add 2 lists? It's very simple, just like add the 2 numbers, 1 add 2. So we use the simple of add. That is list 1 add list 2, we can get the combined list. And then the second step is we need to get the unique list. And here we can use the concept of set. The set is a concept in the mathematical, and in the list, we can have some repeated items. For example, the sugars can be appeared twice. But in the set, each item is unique. So we can use we can use a set to help us to get the objective of unique. So we use the set to get. Also, we will transfer the set into the list. So here is the unique list, and we just return this unique list. Okay, so let me check if the function can work. We just unique output is combine and give two lists, the first list and the second list. So we can print it out. The unique list combined list is unique output. So let me have a try. Okay, so let me check if the sugar appears twice. No, it only appears once. So that is a unique output. So this is the solution for this problem, and in this case we can learn how to combine two lists and how to get the unique list. How to get a unique list of ingredients without duplicates. So let's move on to the last case. In this case, we will learn to use 5 list functions. The first is append, the second is remove, the third is sort, the fourth is count, and the final is length. All these functions actually have been used in the previous cases. And the append function, that means we add a new item to the existing list. Add a new item. And the remove function, that means we hope to remove the specific item from the list. And the sort function means we hope to sort the list into the alphabetical order. And the count function means we hope to count the specific items, how many times it appears in the list. And the final length is easy to understand. That means return the length of the list, that how many items exist in the list. So in this exercise, we will write several functions to exercise these methods in the list. The first operation is that we need to write a function to add an ingredient, and the second is to sort the ingredient. And then we need to count how many times the sugar appears. And next, we will remove the salt. And finally, to display the updated ingredient. So let me start. Similarly, let me copy this input. This input have 5 ingredients. Just copy here. And we define it. Just define its ingredient list. It's so simple to remember, I think. And then we will start writing the 5 functions. The first is add an ingredient. Okay, def add ingredient, and we will give the input. And then we will get the added list, that is use append function to achieve this goal. Okay, we just denote this one, and then we will print the added list is. Okay, so also we will return this one. Okay, so this is the first function, and the second function is to sort the ingredient. So we can use a function of sort. Also, we will give the input list, and then we will sort it. Just use the sort function. And then we can return the input list. So that is. Also, we can also add a print sentence to see if the sorted is correct. The sorted list is. Okay, sorry. So this is the second function. And also we can write the next function is to count the sugar, right? So we count ingredient, and also import is ingredient. And the count number is here. I think we should also give the import list. And then we hope to count the sugar from the input list. Okay, and then we can print it out. We can check if the count number is equal or is bigger than 0, then we can print ingredient appears count number times. And also, if the count number is equal to 0, then we can print ingredient is not present in the list. So that is the count function. And the next function is the remove. So we can write the remove function. And also we will give the input list and the ingredient, and we hope to remove it. We hope to, and here we can use the function of remove. So also we need to check if the ingredient is in the list. And then if ingredient is in the list, then we can use the remove function. And we can print the removed list is. Okay, so if the ingredient is not in the list, then we can direct the print. We can see ingredient not found. So that is a function of remove ingredient. Also, we can add the return return center so we can get the removed function. And so this is the 4 functions we can use in the final case. So the last function is to display. So it's very easy, I think. We can give the list and just to print it out. Just print it out, I think. Okay, so we need to get this one, a total ingredient. What is a total ingredient? We can print out the current ingredient is what? And also print total ingredient. Here we can use a function of length. So finished. And now we can use this function to check if we can get the result of each step. So first is add ingredient. That is add ingredient, and the input is the pandan leaves. Okay, so this is the input. We will give this input 1. And then we can check if this can work. Okay, the add list is, okay, here is an item that we have added. And next, we use a function of sort ingredient. And this is a sorted list. And this function, the input of this function is the added list. So we can see if this one is a sorted function. Let me have a try. We can see that the list is sorted in the alphabetical order. And next, similarly, we can check the count ingredient. And the count ingredient, we hope to count the item of sugar. So we give the input list and we give the sugar to count the ingredient. The sugar appears once, so that's right. And next is the remove ingredient. That is remove. Okay, so now let me give the input list is a sorted list. And the removed item is a sort. Now, so let me see the result. Okay, this is the removed one, and the sort is not appear in the list. So finally is the display ingredient. We hope to display the result in the format that we want. So the input is the removed list. And click here. So here is the output that we hope to get, and this is equal to the result of this one. And that is a total pipeline of this case. And in this case, we learn different functions of the list, and all these functions can be used in our daily works, and it's very helpful. So that's all the practice of this lab, and hope all these functions can help you in the future work. Thanks for listening.